Alright, Snacker Stars, it's Brandon from the sAs, the Snack Food Appreciation Society, with another Frozen Friday edition of Pizza Night. Tonight, I get locked in a Target overnight and meet Jennifer Connelly. No, wait, that's just my favorite movie. I'm going to eat a pizza from Target. Holy crap! I'll be right back right after this on Pizza Night. Never fear, Pizza Night is here. That's right, for Friday night, June the 5th, 2015. Past the SPF. Don't want a sunburned kitty. Anyway, today the ridiculously expensive Brandon Sack 5000 does not house a ridiculously expensive pizza. Attention Target shoppers, what we've got today is the Archer Farms Pepperoni Artisan Pizza. It is a brand new recipe apparently, and as you can see, looks like it's got some large pepperonis on there, your standard fare, maybe some Parmesan cheese already pre-sprinkled on it. I'm not really sure. Looks pretty interesting though, and it was only $4.99 at my local Target store. Let me go ahead and get it out of the box and show you what it looks like. Alright, got it out of the box, and now taking a look at this thing, it looks to be a mess in the cellophane here. The pepperonis have all kind of shifted over to this side. So is a majority of the cheese. You got some vacant real estate up in here altogether. I'm going to have to bust this thing open and do a little bit of doctoring to it before I put it in the oven. Speaking of which, let's take a look at our heating instructions. In the conventional oven, they want you to heat the oven to 425. Remember, I've got a very hot oven, so we're going to do it at 400 degrees. Place the pizza directly on the rack in the center of the oven. I am going to go ahead and put that about one step higher and bake for 10 to 12 minutes until the crust is deep golden brown. I'm going to go ahead and check it after about, I don't know, 8 minutes, because pizzas tend to heat up really quickly in my oven, but they want you to cook it to 165 degrees. Here's some pairing suggestions. Serve with fresh salad of romaine and radicchio leaves, grape tomatoes, and sliced avocado, tossed with balsamic vinaigrette. And tips from the test kitchen. Let's see here. Load your pizza with additional toppings such as onions, peppers, or sauteed mushrooms, and extra cheese during the last few minutes of baking. I think they're admitting that they skimped out on the cheese on you here. Holy crap. And then you want to serve it with a refreshing icy cold fruit spritzer. No, the hell I don't. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and pop this bad boy in the oven and we'll see the results in a couple minutes. Alright gang, I am back, and some 8 minutes later, this is what we have got. Like I said, I was only going to put it in for 8 minutes, even though it said 10 to 12. And it looks like it turned out pretty darn good. This is probably one of the best bakes of a frozen pizza I've done in a long time. Nice and golden brown around the edges without burning. The cheese is fairly well melted, and the pepperonis don't have any crispiness really around the edges, it seems, but that's okay. That's one pretty looking pizza. Looks pretty close to what you've got on the box right there, I would say. Again, I'd say it lacks a little bit in the cheese department, but that's okay. Let me go ahead and slice this thing up and show you the 420 slice. Alright guys, I'm back. First of all, you'll see that I used a fairly unorthodox slicing method here. I didn't do equal sizes. I cut out this quadrant and this quadrant into small slices and left this quadrant and this quadrant as big slices. Hey man, I'm a wild and crazy guy. Alright, let me pick up that 420 slice for you right quick. Pull it on out of there. It looks like a fairly saucy pizza despite its lack of cheese. And it's a very, very crispy pizza, I can tell. There is no pliability going on to that. And when you see that word right there, artisan, a lot of times you got to worry that it's going to be a thin and crispy pizza, and I think that's what we got here. I think they should probably advertise that on the effing box, the fact that it's thin and crispy, because I don't like thin and crispy pizza. But that's okay. For $4.99, I can eat pretty much anything, right? Alright guys, I'll be right back to taste this pizza, to give it a rating and more on Pizza Night. Alright gang, I'm back on Pizza Night. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my first night of vacation and I am ready to party. That's why I got I got a pizza anyway. Alright, let me go ahead and try this bad boy out. Pick up that 420 slice that I was talking about earlier on. It got a little bit browner than I thought on the bottom, I guess, but maybe that's why it ended up being kind of crispy. I don't know. It's very, very aromatic though. Great scent going on with this pizza. And, you know, it has that kind of zesty Italian aroma going on. Let me go ahead and try this pizza out and I'll let you know what I think. Wait, I did just take a bite of pizza, right? Let me take another bite to make sure I did. I don't know. For as good as this pizza smells, it's shea bland. Holy crap. Muy bland. Not very flavorful whatsoever. This is the new recipe? What the hell was the old recipe? Holy crap. I don't taste a lot, honestly, guys. I don't have a cold or anything. My nose is nice and clear, not all stopped up. I'm just not tasting anything, guys, and that's really disappointing. I mean, I know it's a store-bought, frozen, store-brand pizza, but it's the better of the store brands at Target. They've got Market Pantry, which is their really, really cheap crap. And then they've got this, Archer Farms, which is supposed to be, you know, outsourced to some other company that's actually pretty good. But I'm not catching it here, man. There is no flavor in this pizza whatsoever. I basically feel like I'm eating toast with some kind of viscous material on top of that and a sort of a protein and a something. It's not great, guys. It doesn't taste bad. I could eat it, but the aroma certainly totally defeats the taste in terms of the quality here. It is a crunchy pizza, which I don't really dig too much, and yeah, don't know what to tell you guys. I break it down. The crust doesn't taste like anything. The sauce tastes like almost nothing. There's a little bit of sweetness there, but that's it. Cheese tastes like absolutely nothing. I wouldn't even know there was cheese on it if you told me. Despite the fact, I mean, yeah, there's parts missing, but I should taste some of the cheese, right? And the pepperoni, I don't know, let me try this pepperoni by itself. Weak sauce, man. 100% weak. Just terrible, not terrible, weak. There's nothing to it. I'm so disappointed. I'm going to have to actually use some of the props here. I actually have some Olive Garden cheese left over from my OTR the other day. Let me go ahead and throw a little bit of that on there. And some of the hot pepper flakes. See if this resuscitates the pizza at all. It somehow absorbed the flavor of the Olive Garden grated Romano and the hot pepper flakes. What the hell, man? Target, you need to go back to the drawing board. I know it's only $4.99, but I cannot give a good rating to this product. Archer Farms Pepperoni Artisan Pizza, new recipe, quarter thumb up. That's generous, I think. Quarter thumb up for Archer Farms Pepperoni Artisan style, new recipe, piece of crap pizza. Holy crap. Disappointed. To start out my vacation on a sour note like this is not a good way to do it. Alright guys, thanks for watching Pizza Night. Thanks for hanging out there with me. You can hang out with me all the time by joining the SAS group on Facebook. So many of the coolest people in the whole world, guys, are in our group, and you should be too. If you're not, you should be ashamed of yourself. Also, Follow me on Twitter at Brandon Reich SAS. Check out the Instagram under the same name, Brandon Reich SAS. Anytime you're on social media, use the hashtag SnackSociety, and that'll get you some magical things all throughout the Twitter, the Facebook, the Instagrams, and everything else you can possibly think of on the World Wide Web. Comment down below. Let me know what you want to see on Pizza Night soon. And also, help us get to our goal coming up here of 500,000. That's right, 500,000 views by the end of the year, midnight, January 1st, 2016. I want to see 500,000 views. That means we got to get just a little bit under 100,000 between now and then. I think we can do it, guys. Some of it's my job, but most of it's your job. Please watch and share. Do all the cool things you're supposed to do on YouTube. The 4 horsemen, if you will. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe. And in the meantime, in between time, I'll see you next time. Watch out for the food truck rodeo. Bye-bye.